Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for coming back. If you're a regular subscriber, thank you so much for sticking around and coming back. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you and welcome. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and let's get started. So today I'm going to talk about foundations, particularly matte foundations. And I find that most people, especially if you have combination oily skin or oily skin, are always looking for foundations that are matte, meaning they're going to stay put all day. They're not going to get very shiny or shiny, and they're just going to look good. So I've picked up foundations that span a wide range. So some foundations have a good complexion range, and some of them are affordable, and I think a few of them are high end. And some of them can also be found in some other countries, like in Nigeria, because I have viewers that, they'll watch me from Nigeria. So I've picked out some that you can buy from Nigeria and they're affordable. So let us get started. The first foundation, which is my number one, it's the one I'm wearing today. It's the foundation I have used for years. I've repurchased it like, I actually think I have 10 bottles that I have used over the years, and it is the LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation. And it's so surprising that an affordable foundation like this can have such good quality. So it says it's Pro Matte HD, so high definition long wear matte foundation. This is, to me, my number one matte foundation. It is easy to apply. The shade range is not the best, but for a drugstore brand, I think that they've done actually a good job, and it wears really, really well on my skin. Like, I can put it on in the morning when I'm going to work and it stays on all day. I probably need to maybe blot like once a day. Sometimes I don't have to. And my job is like high paced, so I walk around and I just move around. So obviously there's a possibility that you can sweat or your face can get oily, but still this foundation holds really well, and it's under £10. The only thing is that it's not easily available in the UK. You can literally only buy it online and maybe in one or two shops, or some shops where they sell hair and hair extensions and things like that. But it's such a good foundation. I've actually worn it when I was in Nigeria as well, and it has stayed put even though the weather is really warm there. So it's one that I would say give it a try and you'd love it. The next foundation, which is a really good matte foundation, is the Mary Kay Timewise Matte Wear Liquid Foundation. This is like my OG. Like, when I lived in Nigeria, I always used Mary Kay foundation. Like, I used it like religiously. It's so good. Also very affordable, and they have a wide range of shades to choose from, which is really good, because with a brand, that's what you're looking for. You don't want a foundation that you're going to have to be mixing and all that. But yeah, this one is really good. And with the weather in Nigeria, I find that it's actually a very long wearing foundation. Once I wear a primer, wear this, and then a powder, that's it. Like, it's not going to budge, it's not going to get oily. I don't need to use blotting paper. And now that it's summer here in the UK, is one I've been reaching for a lot, and I have actually been blown away with how good it was, because I haven't used it in a while, and I just brought it out again as the weather got warmer, and I'm like, yeah, this is such a good foundation. So I would highly recommend checking this out. And it's also affordable. I can't remember how much it is now, but I think it's between £10 to £15. I hope I'm correct, between that. And that's pretty affordable. The next foundation is also a drugstore brand, and it is from L'Oreal, and it's called the L'Oreal Infalllible 24-hour matte cover. So this is actually a new discovery for me, and I've used L'Oreal foundations in the past, and the ones that work for me are actually not sold in the UK. They're actually sold in America. But this one, surprisingly, is sold in the UK. In terms of shade range, I don't think it's that brilliant, but it's okay. They don't have as much shades as what's the other very popular one, True Match. Yeah, but it's okay. And this one is a very good matte foundation. If you have combination oily skin, if you have oily skin and the foundation is going off, you really want to try this if you can find your shade. It's also drugstore and it's really, really affordable. I think this one was actually maybe $9.99 or under £10, and I like that it comes in a tube, so it's really easy to travel with, and the tip is actually a very tiny one, so you're not wasting foundation. And the good thing is this is actually very good coverage as well. So it's the Mary Kate one is medium to full coverage, and the Elegel Pro Matte one was medium to full coverage, and this one is the same as well. So let's face the other way. I really, really like this. I wish they had a wider range for all kinds of complexions. That would have been amazing. And the next one, which is a proper matte foundation. This one's actually sold in Nigeria. I don't think it's sold here in the UK, but it is from Kudi Cosmetics, and I bought this when I was in Nigeria, and it's such a brilliant foundation. It's actually designed for really warm weather and it stays put. The great thing is they also have a large complexion shades, but mainly for darker skinned women, and honestly it's such a good brand. It has a pump, which is great, and it's airless, so no bacteria is going to come in. It's so good. I really like this. When I'm in Nigeria, I like to reach for this. Even now that it's summer, I reach for this, and it's such a brilliant foundation, and it's also affordable. I can't remember how much it was, but I don't think it's not expensive, definitely not. It's probably going to be under £10 as well. So now we're moving on to foundations that are also, they're matte, but they're not very drying or very matte. So which one will I start with? I'll start with the Maybelline one. Now this is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless foundation. I really like this. It's also a drugstore one. It's under £10. The only thing with the shade range, even though they have improved, it's actually okay, but I can't find my exact shade, so it's not what I really, really like. But it's, in terms of wear, it gives you a really nice, truly poreless look, and it's matte as well, so it lasts for a really, really good while. With this one, I find that I still have to use powder like in the middle of the day, but I honestly don't mind. Like, I just, not a lot of powder, just blot in. But in terms of, you know, how well it holds, I think this is a really brilliant one. So if you have combination skin and you're looking for a foundation that would still last a good while, you might want to look at this one, and I actually like it. I wish they would make a shade that would suit me. I actually have a lot of it. Like, I have this one is 334, I have 330, and I have maybe 350, but I mean, they've done a good job with increasing the shade range, but it's also a really good one. I don't know if this one is still sold in the UK, if they still make it. I haven't seen it in a while, but it's the Lifeproof foundation, and with this one I would say it's a medium matte foundation. Again, it's also in the same class as the Maybelline one, so if you don't want something that's going to be completely matte, but something that would actually hold all day, good coverage, medium coverage, you would really want to look for this. In terms of the shade range, I think for a drugstore brand, they're actually okay. Like, it's okay. Like, it's not expensive as well. This one kind of feels slightly thicker, so the formula is slightly thicker, so you want to go in with a really light hand and then build it up. But yeah, it's one I really like. The other foundation that I really like, now this one is also a medium matte foundation, and it is the black Opal, and this one is called the True Color Pore Perfecting Liquid Foundation. Now it says it's a matte finish and it's light to medium coverage. I actually would say this is more of a medium to full coverage, because this is really full coverage. However, it's also really good for a matte finish, as it says. In Nigeria, the times I've tried, or when the weather's very hot, I do find that I have to use like blotting paper because it can get slightly shiny. That's why it's in the category of a medium matte foundation, but I really like it. In terms of shade range, it's very okay, and it has a pump as well. I like foundations that have pumps or small that come in tubes but a really tiny tip, so I like this. It's actually my second bottle. The only thing, again, is also slightly thicker, so the formula is slightly thick, so you have to be like really, really careful because you don't want to have a cakey face. The remaining foundations I have are kind of on the slightly expensive side. I don't want to say too expensive, but they could be quite expensive. And the first one is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. And this is like the foundation that most people, if you're trying to go into using expensive foundations, I think most people try this MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and honestly it's such a good foundation. They have a wide shade range and it's affordable. It doesn't come with a pump, so you have to buy the pump separately, which is annoying, But in terms of what the foundation is, it's a great foundation. It's also a nice medium matte wear foundation. You can build this up without it looking too cakey. You just need to know how to apply it properly. The only problem with this one is it has a I don't want to say it's a fragrance or a scent, but I don't like it. It smells like paint. I don't know if it's just me. I bought so many bottles of it and it smells the same. After a while, it just goes. But it's such a good foundation. I think it's one of the best ones that MAC has made. So if you want a foundation that is good matte wear, that would wear well in warm weather, and you want to spend a little bit more money, then I would recommend trying the MAC Studio Fix. The next one, which I really like, and it's one that I wish it wasn't that expensive, but it's such a good one, is the NARS, what's it called now? All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. It's a light foundation, so the texture is really light and it gives a nice, smooth, matte finish. It's not too matte, it's not too, obviously your skin's not going to get too oily, but I just really like it. It has a pump, which is great. It has a wide complexion range. The only problem is that obviously it's slightly more expensive. It comes in a glass bottle, so it's a little bit heavy. But I like this. So if you're looking for something that's medium matte and you want to look good and you want your exact shade, then you want to look at NARS, this NARS foundation. So this one's from Bobbi Brown, and it is the Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation. So it's a very light texture, and I really like this foundation. The only problem is that it feels it feels wet when you use it. I don't know if that's the right thing. It just feels moist, but when you set it with powder, it actually lasts all day, and it's one of those nice matte. It's not completely matte, so it's in that, you know, category of the medium matte, and it's just really good. I like that it has a pump. It's also a glass bottle. It is slightly on the pricey side, that's the only thing, but they also have a wide range of foundation shades for people of different colors, and I think that's so brilliant. Bobbi Brown has always been good with that, and I particularly like Bobbi Brown foundations because they get that warm undertone. So if you're fair in complexion, if you're dark skinned but you have warm undertones or golden undertones, you really want to look at Bobbi Brown because they make really good foundations for people. My last and final foundation is my Chanel foundation. Now this is such a brilliant matte finish foundation, and it's just in between. It's not too matte, it's not moist, it's not too oily, and it would suit different kinds of skin types. Now the problem is they don't have a wide range. It's slightly more expensive, but I like it. It comes in a really nice bottle. If you can find your shade, honestly, you would enjoy using this foundation so much. It has a slight fragrance to it, but it just applies so well. I just wish it wasn't that expensive. It's actually a really good foundation, and it's one that I've enjoyed using. So that's it for all my matte foundations that I reach for. You can see there are quite a few of them, and I hope you would have seen one that you want to try and one that might suit you depending on what part of the world you're in, if it's spring, if it's summer, or if it's, you know, completely summer wherever you are. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.